Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Trails in the Sky the Third. I've missed a few streams, and I'm sorry I'm late for this one, but life is a bitch sometimes, and gets in the way of doing stuff that I need to do. But we're just gonna jump right in and get started. What does it say? Hey! How are we? Fuck. I've missed so much. One sec. Just doing a thing real quick. There we go. Perfect. When I started the game, finished prologue about 2 days ago, and finished chapter 1. So now we're playing through chapter 2. I just gotta remember where the hell I was going. Oh, there it is. A large armored soldier is blocking the path to the castle. Attempt to defeat it. Yes. And yeah, would. Oh, right. I forgot to add that. One sec. One moment. Done. Just needed to add another tag. And we're playing this one on Nightmare. New Game Plus and Nightmare. So everything's going to be super funny and easy for a while.
Justice must always prevail.
And there we go. And we've unlocked the East block. No. What's this magical symbol for? I believe it's locked by a spiritual power of some kind. We're unlikely to be able to force our way through as long as it remains active, I'm afraid. That's certainly how it seems, which means that we're going to need to find some way to remove it. Or we won't be able to get inside. Most likely, yeah. You alright with us leaving the castle until later then? I fear we have little choice. I can only hope that Adios keeps everyone inside safe until we can return. Shall we resume our search of the city in the meantime? That works. Hopefully we can find some way of getting inside while we're making the rounds. One sec. I gotta let my cat out of my room. And we're back. Alright. So my goal is... We're going to the East block now.
Alright, what's next?
Alright. Wait. Yeah, there is one enemy that I'm missing. Is it? Oh, that's... I don't know where it is now. Alright, first things first. We head into the department store and look for the loots. Septium drops. Proxy puppet. Oh. I'm not clever enough for all these chest phrases. Softening balm. Hideko didn't even wait for an answer. She just flung open the door without a care. And there, standing before her, was... There's some green hair inside. The chest prays to Adios, this sinful priest gets his just desserts. Just do that.
Right, what's next?
Go into the Erebanian embassy. No time to get comfy, huh? You just popped up out of nowhere. Here they come. And there we go.
Justice must always prevail.
Nothing in here. We've got a sealing stone, which we don't need just yet. We'll make sure we get everything else first. Tira balm. You are the real treasure. Aww. That's so nice. Bestia coat. I'm empty, you say. What a libellous statement. Alright. Let's grab this. Is that? Indeed. We found you and Tita inside stones just like this. At this point, it's safe to assume there's someone sealed inside this one too. Well, it's the Erebanian embassy, so maybe it's Olivier? Oh wait, Joshua was born in Erebonia too, wasn't he? I don't care who it is, I can't wait to find out who's inside. Well, there's only one way to know for sure. Well, there's no rush, but we should try and make our way back to the base soon to check for ourselves. Unleash the sealing stone. Hehe, I still can't get over how pretty they are. So this is how I was released too, was it? Dum 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. And it's become afternoon in Gransel. Hooray! Who did we get? It is... That looks like... Mula! Ugh, what was that? A stun grenade? Fall back, Olivier! The target is likely to be... What? It really is you. Captain Schwartz? What are you doing here? Just, where is this? And what happened to Olivier? So you were with the prince when you were drawn in here? Allow me to explain what we know of our current situation. If you have any questions, I would be happy to try and answer them. I see. I must admit, all of this is a little much to take in at once. I'm more tempted to think I'll wake up any minute and to find I've been dreaming. I felt much the same at first, Major. I've been in here for a while now, and I still find myself doubting that all of this is even real. I'm too hard-headed for my own good, I fear. Then we're similar in more ways than one. In any case, we don't have the luxury of time on our side. I'm concerned about that fool's safety, so allow me to assist you with your search. We'd be happy to have you. Incidentally, before we get going, what kind of situation were you in when the lights started surrounding you? Well, the two of us were in Palm conducting an inspection. Night arrived, and the two of us made our way back to the hotel where we were staying. That was when it happened, and completely without warning. I can't say for sure, but given that he was with me, he may have been caught up in this as well. Huh? That's the southernmost town in Erebonia, right? That's right. It happens to be the closest Erebonian town to Libo. Sorry to interject, but may I ask something? Who is this Olivia you keep referring to? He was another one of the guys that came with us to that flying city, Prince Oliver. You wouldn't think he was a prince if you met him, though. He's real easygoing and fun to be around. I'm not sure I could disagree anymore with that last part if I tried. He delights in living a life of excessive debauchery and constantly exhorts those unfortunate to be around him at every waking hour. You know as well as I do, there's more to him than that, of course. Words of his exploits since returning to the Empire has been reaching Libel, Major. If they're to be believed, he's become quite adored at high-class social gatherings. It's true he's managed to avoid causing too much of a stir by keeping up his usual acts so far. But who knows what kinds of rumors will start spreading when he reveals his true colors. Well, keep hanging in there, buddy. Something wrong, Reese? Nothing at all. It's interesting how the people we've found so far all seem to know each other. That can't be a simple coincidence. Perhaps only people who meet that condition end up getting surrounded by that white light and coming here? Maybe? Well, the logic does add up. At the very least, it appears to be linked to becoming imprisoned in one of those stones you speak of. You mentioned before not finding stealing stones containing any of the Arcel's crew or Grand Solite residents, correct? Despite encountering both the ship and the city itself in an abnormal state? That's correct. I hadn't even thought of that. It's good food for thought while we keep exploring. Right now, our focus needs to be finding out what happened to Grancel. Indeed. I'd like to accompany you too, if at all possible. The fastest way for me to accept the situation I'm in would be to experience it firsthand. We'll take Mula. Yay. From this point, it will be possible to switch members in and out of the party from the garden. To do this, select the party icon displayed on the screen. Members who aren't mandatory at the point in time can be switched freely. It's also possible to view and change the equipment and ornaments of reserve members from camp menu while in the garden as well. Well, I leave the exploration of the capital in your hands. It might be best for me to take some time to cool my head here and regain my composure. Okay. If we find anything noteworthy, we'll let you know right away. In the meantime, we'll leave this garden to you. Understood. What was that? Kevin, was that? Yep, it's our old pal, the Cube again. The Cube. Visitors from afar. Possessors of the Cube. A woman's voice? And who might she be? Wish we knew. Wherever she is, she doesn't seem like she can hear us. You seem to be gathering strength well. I will unlock another of the Cube's powers. Remote abilities. In the cube menu, you can select a character not in the active party to set up as a support member. This support member will confer certain benefits on the active party. Each character has a different set of benefits they can provide, including raising stats, drop rates, and more. The power of the Malevolent One is much too great. I pray that your bonds will become a great light that will let you prevail. I fear we may have underestimated just how bizarre a situation this is. Regardless, whoever she may be, it doesn't sound as though she means us any harm. Indeed. That Schwarzritter is clearly our enemy, but the woman doesn't seem to be so far. That said, I wouldn't place too much trust in her just yet. We still don't know who she is. Well, thanks to her, we've got a few neat features on the cube to play around with. You guys up for seeing how they work? Add support. Take Julia. And we go back down to the second plane. Did we find... Door 1, Sun Door 2, okay. Now where do we go? Oh, Mueller, forgot. You need some weapons. Carnelia bracelet. And give you the Blade Lord's emblem. Alright. Where are we?
Was the sword of Vander.
Okay, I know what enemy we need to find. I'm just not sure where it is.
Alright, what's next?
Okay, we can't go that way. Nothing in here. Your survival hinges on what I have to say. Run. Run now. Very good.
There is nothing my sword cannot cut.
You mean 2 games full of these cheesy phrases, wasn't it? Those who have not proven themselves in battle are not worthy of stepping inside. Should you wish to be deemed worthy, struggle through 100 battles. Only then shall the door open. Very well. 100 battles it is. we go down. Celestial Balm. So, the son began cautiously. What would you say if I told you I was thinking of selling Grandpa's shop? Beware, this chest is full of salt. And we go through like so.
There is nothing my sword cannot cut.
We're making goals are simple. Get all the battles that I need to do. Buildings, furniture, instruments, wedding rings. No matter the job, he carved each and every piece handsomely, and each one showed more heart than the last. Nothing in here. And in the Libel News Service. Black Bengal Plus. Did you know early concepts had Joshua as the protagonist while Estelle had Joshua's current role? Over time, however, the team believed it made more sense if the roles were switched. Little developer notes. That's awesome. It is. It is so much better. I love how this has like little developer notes as well. There's supposed to be a shining pond in this area, but I can't figure out where it might be hiding. The chest is empty. Look, you try coming up with hundreds of these across 3 games. Exceed? Really? Each time Hideko reflected on these events, feelings of remorse would wash over her. If only I'd had the courage to refuse that door-to-door bargain all those years ago. Tirabam. Hey, my eyes are up here. And in here we've got nothing as well. Ambush.
My thanks to thee.
Ah, that's impressive. But next they do good work. Alright, we head to the docks.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
That's awesome. Did they do Daybreak? Or what? What's the Bobcat doing here? You recognize this ship? It's owned by the Sky Bandits who managed to make their way into that flying city just like us. I hear they've put a stop to the whole bandit business now, though. I believe they were granted a royal pardon by Queen Alicia after the situation in Liberal calmed down. Since then, I've heard they've been operating as a courier service using the Bobcat, but I can't be sure if that's true. Huh, that's cool. I see. Still, why would it be here? Well, it's not impossible that they came to Gransel to deliver some sort of letter or parcel. But the best way to find that answer is to look inside and see what we find. Let's go on board the Bobcat. Aw, that sucks. Might be someone in there, too. Should we try breaking it down? Hack away. Wait, no, I was joking. At least let us try to see if we can unlock it by some other means before skipping to our last resort. It's an airship door we're talking about, so it's going to be on the steady side anyway. It'd probably take a lot to break through it. Naturally, I was also joking. You little fibber. Okay, now that we've saved this poor door's life, let's look around for a key to open it. Till then, we're just gonna have to leave it. Yeah. And then go in here for another treasure chest. And the shop and its contents were now his to do with as he pleased. And as far as he was concerned, he would be a happier man if he never had to experience the nauseating smell of freshly cut wood ever again. Where is the shining palm? We will find it, and then we'll add it to my list of monsters. Tira Bomb. His wife, however, disagreed. She was never one to keep quiet, a trait of hers he normally adored. And tonight she was no different than usual as she voiced her concerns over dinner. We're getting like a whole bunch of stories. That's so it's supposed to have spawned around here somewhere.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
I had a heart of gold until you stole it. If I remember rightly, this was the warehouse where that tank was hidden in. It's my first time seeing the inside, though. I'm amazed they managed to keep it hidden here for so long. Doing maintenance on it without drawing attention must have been really difficult. Well, the woman and her leading their little group and her men seemed really dedicated. Folks like that would have found a way. Kevin. Ghosty things. What a mess. Now we're up against ghosts. They're going to attack. Bum, 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 bum. And they're vulnerable to wind, which we don't have. But what about... Problem solved. That is a lot of water. Found Bobcat's key. Could that be the key to the airship? Can't think of anything else it'd be good for. What's it doing here, though? I haven't got a clue. Still, at least now we should be able to get inside that ship. Yeah, let's make our way back. I see a treasure chest hiding over there. Hey, Hideko, nice to see you again. Would you like me to show you what I've got today? Hideko had always been attracted to Sato, so her answer was unsurprising. Supposed to be a shining palm somewhere around here.
That was the sword of Van.
Alright, we'll come back to that one. My favorite character is Chester from Ys, the Oath in Felghana. I have never played the Ys games. I've been curious about them. Might try one day. Zero's a good one. I'll be right there, she yelled, switching off the vacuum and running to the door. Hello, my name is Sato. I'm going door to door with a special offer. Alright, there's nothing on the ship. Alright. Nothing there. There's a treasure chest. Oh. That's pretty far in. You're probably about halfway if my memory serves. Her candle had won over everyone she met. She may have been an unusual sort, but she had won over both peers and elders alike. She was a source of pride for her parents, and that would never, ever change. Found scent. Trails in the Sky the Third was delayed for 5 years to come up with more treasure chest phrases. That I don't believe was true.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
Yeah, I've got them all. So, yeah, I know that they had to get a second company to come in and help with the translation. So, should spawn here. Why do you not spawn? I know it's supposed to spawn here, but I'm not sure why it's not spawning here.
Alright, what's next?
Come on, Shining Palm. Be useful.
That was the sword of Vander.
What if... Oh, that's something I forgot to do. Let's give you the scent quartz for now. Oh, you've got Divine Eye. Eagle Eye and Information. Scent, Eagle Eye, Information, Septium Vein, and Luck. And then we'll make all battles advantage encounters. We don't need to worry about memory. Increase that. Mirage Gem. Oh, I need to upgrade. Oh, wait, no, I don't. Ah, there we go. Let's give Topaz, Ruby, Onyx, and Water Gem. Dang it. Guys aren't.
There is nothing my sword cannot cut.
Oh wait, there's no achievement for the bestiary. What the hell am I doing? I don't need to worry about the bestiary. All I need is the several hundred battles. The door was unlocked. Nothing down in the cargo hold. But on the bridge. Hey, that looks like another stone. Hard to see from here, but it could very well be. Should I go up and get it? Nah, I'll do it. I'll go, just to be sure. You guys wait down here for me. Yay, and we got the sealing stone. So this is what those sealing stones look like. I wonder if it being here means what I think it does. Well, we'll soon find out. Let's get it back to the base. Here's hoping that releasing whoever's inside will make something happen in the city too. That sounds wise. Then we get the best one for rain for distances. Best remote character. Because there's only one character really associated with the Bobcat, who was a combat member of the party. And it has now become nighttime in Gransel. Maybe the Shining Pub now came out. And here she comes. Hi, Jerset. So it's the girl, is it? Sure looks like it. It was down to either her or one of her brothers. Kyle? Don? What happened? Huh? It's been quite some time, young lady. That logo on your visor's your new courier service, then. What kind of dream is this? This is so lame. If I have to dream about people from Lobel, can't Joshua be in it? What do I care about some phony priest or that military nut? You're still so very charming. And I'll have you know my credentials are totally for real, thank you very much. Yeah, the translation, I think the first game had like 5 million lines of text that had to be translated. Stop talking all this crap already. Just tell me where you've hidden my brothers so I can go and rescue them. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually wrote the, like, Septian Church Bible for the game. They just never actually released it. How are we supposed to explain anything if you won't listen to us? All of us are trapped inside this strange place, just like you. Yeah. How could we know where your brothers are? And you expect me to just buy that hook, line, and sinker? I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out there's something weird going on. But it wasn't even that long ago that we were all flying over Crossbell in the Bobcat together. I believe one of the chests was actually talking about that. And then they were also going to change Olivier's name to Oliver. which we are glad that they didn't change it. So that was what you were doing when you were surrounded by that white light? Yeah, that's right. Wait, how do you know about the light? So your situation is nearly the same as my own then, save for the fact that you were in Crossbell. Still, Crossbell's not that far from Libel on the map, right? It's the state between Erebony and Calvard, isn't it? That's the one. If you took an international liner, you could be there in about an hour. It's worth noting for sure. Hello, I'm standing right here, guys. Actually, forget it. I'm going back to the Bobcat. I've got no reason to hang around with you guys. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Just so you're aware, Grancel is no longer the city you once knew. There's no telling when your ship will be overrun by fiends. Are you still sure you want to try acting alone? Well, if we can't change your mind, we'll at least escort you back, but I wouldn't recommend it. Not until we've got a better idea of what kind of situation we're even in here. It's not like we've never worked together before, right? Okay, I get it. My head's practically spinning with all that's going on, so I'm not sure what I should be doing right now. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to stick with you until we find Kyle and Don. Good. We'd feel better if you did. But if you guys think I'm gonna owe you one, you've got another thing coming. If I'm gonna stick around, I'm gonna be doing my part, so anytime you need something, I'm your girl. Noble enough sentiment. Just make sure you don't end up holding us back in your attempts to be of assistance. You mind your own business. She seems to be more beautiful than I was expecting. She's a good person at heart. Really. Yeah, Josette's a good person. Let's take Josette with us, so we can go get the thing for her. The Masquerada. Gabriel's Aura. The Artemis Heals. And give you Grail Locket. And Long Barrel 3. Oh, and then your augments are Topaz, Gold, I'll do Poison too, because that's going to be more effective, I think, than Petrify in this situation. You can be a decent arts user, I know that. What am I doing? Grancel South Block. And it's nighttime.
Not bad.
Hehe, not bad. We have a shining poem yet? Come on, please appear. I guess not. How did it end up here? Maybe Kyle had to make an emergency landing or something? Maybe. Well, what do you want to do? You want to have a look inside? Yeah, I would. Sorry for the wait. Finished looking up everywhere you wanted to? Yeah, I've seen all I need to see. The engines won't respond no matter what I do either. Yeah. All we can do for now is keep going. I'm sure the goddess will bless us if we do so. I guess so. Right, let's get back to work. I'm gonna find them and make sure they never forget they owe me one. That's the spirit. Oh, that's something I should do as well. We'll do Heavenly Sphere. We'll stick with Satellite Beam. And we'll stick with the Bobcat.
Alright, what's next?
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
Dang it. That one's funny.
Told you I could handle this.
Yay! Wait, did we even have a look inside the museum? I don't think there was anything in here. Church items. Medieval loom. Ancient artifacts. And nothing in here. Nothing up here. Alright. And I don't think there's anything at the landing port. Nope. Alright, let's get out of here. Yay! Off we go. Into this... We're heading off to the arena now. Where are we now? 100% positive this is the Grand Arena. It's used for all kinds of events, like in overall like martial arts tournaments and stuff. Estelle's team actually ended up winning on the big one like held last year. Agate was pretty disappointed when he found out about it. He wanted to enter too. I'll bet he did. Oh yeah, you and your brothers took part in that tournament too, right Josie? Estelle and Joshua mentioned it a while back. Yeah, we did. Can't say it was much fun. We were basically just dragged into the arena as criminals. Wait, where did that Josie thing come from? Why am I the only one who gets a weird nickname? Huh? Not a fan? Just popped into my mind and I thought it sounded cute. Fits you perfectly too, but if it bothers you that much, I guess I can go with something else. Joe? Just call me Josette like everyone else does. I've never seen this dialogue before. It's great. Regardless, it feels as though something is lying in wait for us in here. We should proceed with caution. Agreed. Now where was the door? I think it was in here. Bring to me the fists of steel which nothing in this world can move. Only then shall the door open. Alright, now we gotta go back up. All the way down. Then we go down. Yay! Let's heal everyone up. Alright, how many battles have I done? 85, so I need 215 to get the item, 315 to get one of the doors open. Alright. Well, we made it to the arena. This is where some enemies show up out of nowhere for us to fight, isn't it? Whoa. Now look what you've done. It's just a coincidence, I swear. In my big mouth. I feel like I've just been stood up or something. Eek! Here they come.
Pansies.
Nothingness Quartz is so good. We got more of these guys. Yay.
Worked up an appetite.
And then the big one. How many fights are we gonna have to do? The next phase seems to be quite large too. Here he comes. With his two swords and 4 legs. What in the hell? Is that a mechanical horse? Seems to be just like the one Estelle's crew beat under Janus. And not to jinx us, but this is probably gonna be the last one. So let's finish this. Let's do... Oh, I got rid of Death Thingy. But I do have Titanic Raw. Nothing left on that. Alright. Just use normal attacks because don't need to worry about.
We did it!
Yay, we did it. Woohoo. And it's destroyed. Woo! It left behind a stone. Found sealing stone. Is this our prize for winning? Only the best for the champions. Whoever set this up sure put a lot of effort into making it feel like a proper tournament. They must have whole lot of free time on their hands. Well, congrats, gang. We found our 5th sealing stone. Let's head back and see who's inside. Right. It's hard to believe that there's seriously someone in that thing, though. And now, we go. And unleash the stone. And the gate to Gransel Castle is open. Oh, but that looks like... So even he ended up in here. So one of the stars of the show makes his grand appearance. This is someone you know too? No is an understatement. He's everyone's favorite black-haired prince. Yay, Joshua's back. Estelle, get down. What? Joshua. Josette? Tito? Is this a dream or some kind of illusory tactic meant to disorient me? I forgot. I missed what he said. Sorry, but this ain't no dream, or illusion for that matter. I'm surprised to find so many of you here. Mind telling me exactly what this situation we found ourselves in is? Joshua with the calm rationality. I guess that wasn't enough to convince you all this is all actually happening, huh? Oh no, not at all. Consider me convinced. While the idea of this being an illusion seemed initially plausible, the existence of your companion over there made it quite unlikely. Me? Correct. Am I right in assuming that you're a member of the Grouse Ritter? You can tell. Well, you're with Kevin and you use a Templar sword to fight. It's a safe enough assumption on my part. My name is Joshua, incidentally. Joshua Bright. I'm Reese Sargent. I'm a squire. Since we're on the subject, I'm curious how you came to be familiar with us and our organization. Wait a second, Joshua. Why does her being here there prove this isn't an illusion? Is me being here not proof enough for you? Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you with that visor before. Have I? Does that have to do with that delivery company you mentioned running a while back? It suits you. Yeah, that's it. We're doing awesome for ourselves these days too. But you didn't answer my question. Surely you can tell just by looking at me that I'm the real thing? Generally, when you're in an illusion, other people who appear in it are people you're familiar with. The reason being is, they draw on and utilize knowledge the victim has in order to create the world. I've met the rest of you, but Reese is a complete stranger. Not any complete stranger, an unusual one too. So she may not prove for certain this isn't an illusion, but it does make it seem rather unlikely. I think I get what you're saying, maybe. Basically, the reason I don't prove this isn't an illusion is because we're so close? Well, you could put it that way, I guess. Okay, that's fine by me. Anyway, it's so good to see you again, Joshua. I'm glad to see you're looking well too. You've grown a bit this past half year, haven't you? Aw, you noticed. I'm surprised to see you got caught up in all of this though. It must have been a real surprise to find yourself here all of a sudden. Yeah, it still doesn't feel completely real to me, even after all this time, to be honest. Oh, right. You don't know where Estelle could be, could you? Do you? I wish I did. That said, I'm sure she was surrounded by the same white light that I was. I'd say the odds are fairly high that she's somewhere in Phantasma like us. Oh. Actually, where were you before you ended up here anyway? Your last letter said that you were in Erebania. Were you still there? Oh no, not anymore. We're over in Crossbell at the moment. Or were, with the situation as it is now. Really? We were flying over there before I ended up here too. You were? Wonder if there's anything to that. It's relatively close to Liberal, so that may have something to do with it. I myself was in Erebania, but I was in the town closest to the border with Liberal. Ah, right. I have a question for you, Father Graham. Supposing that we assume all of this was caused by an incredibly powerful artifact, do you think such a thing would be able to exert its influence as far as Crossbell or Palm? I seriously doubt it. The only thing I can think of that was able to affect that wide of an area was the orbital shutdown phenomenon. That actually did reach the southern edge of Erebonia. I see. So it would need to be something as powerful as one of the Septarions then. Although, speaking of which, is the Oriole itself still unaccounted for? You can't mean this is the work of the Oriole. I don't think we should rule out the possibility, Tita. But even if we assume the Oriole is involved in some way, that wouldn't answer most of the questions we want answers to. Indeed. Such as who our enemies are, or how Groundsel ended up filled with fiends and magic barriers. Or how he ended up facing actual embodiments of devils from church scripture or the presence of the higher elements. Until we have a theory that can explain all of those mysteries, we should probably refrain from jumping to conclusions. I would have to agree. Still, that being the case, I'd like to propose we focus on working out what happened to Groundsel first and foremost. My thoughts exactly. I know you're probably worried about Estelle right now, but would you be up for helping us? That was my intention from the beginning. Can't very well turn my back on friends in need, for one thing. Besides, I think I'll find her a lot faster by helping out rather than sitting here and worrying. I hope we do. Well, I'll be glad to have you with us at least. That's what I wanted to hear. Cheers, man. Well, as soon as we're ready, we should make our way back to the capital. I expect something will have changed there as a result of releasing Joshua from his stone. Right. We need
Understood.
Julia. We'll leave Joshua behind. But we will change Joshua's weapons to the Swallowtails. The Halo. And that. Oh, what am I doing? Star Door 1. Alright, now we enter Groundsel Castle. This is incredible. Someone really knows how to give people a scare. It seems to be quite an old castle, so it's certainly fitting for something like this. I personally dock points for overdoing the theatrics, however. Oh, that is such a creepy version of the Groundsel theme song. I can't bear to stand outside here a moment longer. We should make our way inside at once. It kinda reminds me of like a Kingdom Hearts music. Yeah, we should. Alright, let's do this. Looks like the castle really is empty. We're not alone though. Be careful. They're gathering. They? More ghosties. Here comes the welcoming party. Oh goddess, grant peace to these poor lost souls. If I play through this game 16 times, I will have 16 nothingness gems, which makes every fight gonna be super cheesy. Ugh, this isn't what I wanted to find. Where has everyone gone? I don't know, but we should start looking right away. Even if no one's here, we might be able to find some kind of clue as to where they are now. I can only hope so. In particular, we should focus our search on the throne room, royal guard room, royal keep, and the sealed area. Those seem the most likely areas to house clues. So we're done with that. Alrighty. Go in here first. What were you hoping to find? One of the Septarions? Actually, yes. Wait. Oh, there they are. This is a nice chest. This is also a Haku. Chest, 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 chest. I shall await your answer at midnight. From my heart to yours, Jubilee. Tirabam. How many chests could a chest check if a chest checker could check chests? How many chests could a chest checker check if a chest checker could check chests? Yes, got it. Let's explore the downstairs area again. Ah, spooky ghosts. There we go.
My thanks to thee.
Another ghost.
Not bad.
Not bad. In an infinite number of parallel universes, I have more treasure to give you. Not in this one, though. There it is. Have you had a good meal in you? Got your weapons polished? Taken a bath? No. No, you haven't taken a bath. How did it know?
Justice must always prevail.
Alright, let's go to the servants' quarters. Nothing in here. Now we're upstairs. Let's go into the throne room first of all. Instant death. Before it fell into such a state, its owner was known far and wide, even before the Orbal Revolution. He was a carpenter of unparalleled skill, and he was frequently commissioned to bring life to all manner of things. Now we go this way. Check this one first. Okay, nothing in there. And here. What do we get? Pearl earring. At best, most choose to describe its features in simple terms. A dark cherry wood framed with a steel that was painstakingly etched end to end with flooring. And we get surprised attacked. And there we go.
Justice must always prevail.
We'll continue on. Now we go to the other side. Very good.
Justice must always prevail.
Ceram powder. There's a crab in there. You stole its home. You monster. Oh no, I feel nothing. Eek! Stay away! Stay away! That was a human's voice, wasn't it? So there is someone still safe here? We should hurry and find them right away. Bring to me the boy with eyes of amber and the princess with an indomitable will. Only then shall the door open. The music. What did I do to deserve this? Stay back. Don't come any closer, please. What is this curious spectacle? Crap, I'd forgotten all about him. So had I. It's no surprise he ended up here, however. Sucks to admit, but you're right. And it sucks even more because I got a whole lot of questions I want to ask him. And the only way I'm getting them is to bail him out. Get away from him. You're unable to leave behind your attachment to this world. Allow us to help you. Why do you go? I mean, what are you wonderful, angelic, immortal human beings doing here? Save the sweet talking for later. First, we need to take these things out. Just stay there and don't get in our way. Boom, 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 boom. Yay. Wonder who would be the next to level up. But I don't know. I'm alive. Thank you so much. You saved. Eek! Now is the time for you to answer some questions for us. Is there anything you would like to ask him, Captain? As it so happens, yes. How exactly did you come to be here, Gilbert, I believe? Do you know anything regarding how the capital came to be this way? No, I don't. I just woke up and found myself in the port here. I don't know why or how. I went into town, but there was no one there. Just a bunch of weird armored knights. I started running away from them, and next thing I knew, I found myself in this castle. So you were sent to a different place from than us, right? Too bad the city had already gone weird by the time you woke up. I was kind of banking on you witnessing whatever happened here. Well, boo-hoo for you. What should we do with him, Kevin? Disarm him and tie him up? Yeah, it's fine. He's not worth the trouble. Doesn't seem to know anything worthwhile, and he'd just get in our way, to be honest. I suppose that's true. Well, that's all the business we have with you. Kindly remove yourself from our sight. Think you can make me out to be some kind of useless fop, do you? Well, you'll regret this. When I find a way out of this place, you're gonna be begging me to share it with you, but I won't. You can wander here, lost for all eternity for all I care. Oh boy, that's making me dizzy. Gilbert's voice really makes me dizzy. Are you sure he's gonna be alright on his own? I don't know. Cockroaches can live through anything, sweet Tita. And he is technically a member of Ouroboros. I'm sure he can look after himself. I believe we've wasted enough of our time on him. We should resume exploring the castle.
Justice must always prevail.
Hey father, I have some new Stragos inside. Would you kindly come in and try them on? And there we go.
Pitiful souls, may you rest in peace.
What are you still doing here? You were praised for Adios' sake. Then we climb up here, go inside, go into Chloe's room. Found Haze. You've really opened me up to new possibilities. Let's go up, up, up. Bum, 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 bum. What? What the? Thank you for coming this far. I entrust this to you. Please, mate. One moment. Just checking out the thing. Alright. You and done. Who or what was that? A ghost? Perhaps not. There was something familiar about it. It surprised me when I first saw it, but I don't know. It didn't feel all that scary to me. Alright, now we head down to the treasury. Boom. Yay. The doors were unlocked. Is this some form of elevator? Yes, it connects the castle and a ruined 500 arch below it seems. Below it, but this doesn't make any sense. You're telling me. What's going on here? What do you mean? Well, when I first came to Liberl, Julia led me through this room and into the area below. But this isn't how the room was. It was way tidier. Indeed, to my knowledge, the room was put in order and then locked. And I was under the impression it was to remain that way. I have seen it this way once before, though. My memories of it are getting kinda hazy, but wasn't this the way it was when we all gathered here during the coup d'etat? That's what I was thinking of as well. Are you trying to suggest that we may have gone back in time? I find it impossible to believe that this may have been the case, but how else could I explain this? Of course, I could be mistaken, and yet... Well, if we're going to follow what that ghost seems to be wanting us to do, then we'll keep it up and hope for more answers along the way. Time to climb on board and see what's waiting for us. Right. Down and down into the deep, who knows what we'll find beneath. Down, 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 down. Oh my. Getting through this place is going to be pretty tough. Might I suggest we return to base for now? I think we should go a little farther inside and see what state the ruin itself is in first. Kinda hard to know what to prepare for if we don't know what fiends we're going to be up against. True enough. Let's advance a little farther before returning to the garden then. rooms. This can't be right. Impossible. Is something wrong? Something's wrong, alright. This isn't how I remember this place being. Has the ruins layout changed? It is, without a doubt. This area should be a corridor that leads to the first three-way junction. How is this even possible? I don't think you're mistaken. Now it all makes sense. What is it, Kevin? Have you worked something out? Maybe, but let's head down on the elevator first. I'm almost sure the answer's going to be waiting for us somewhere ahead. Alright. Let's be sure we're ready for anything. This just isn't possible. How are we on the lowest floor of the ruin already? Could the space we're in be distorted? Nah, that alone wouldn't explain how the entire layout of the place has changed. Let's just keep up the pace. I've got a feeling there's going to be something, or someone, waiting for us not far ahead. Alright, let's just make sure we're ready first, okay? Wasn't there a... And there it is. Alright, and in we go. Kevin. Yes, the smell again. The same one you smelled before the coffin-like devil appeared? Uh-oh.
So you noticed the smell, did you?
Well, the dogs of the church have good noses, if nothing else. Who's there? Who are you? I was wondering when you'd finally show your face. You're the lord that Knight spoke of, aren't you? I suppose I am. I do, after all, rule this land of Phantasma. Such a name is only fitting. You may call me the Lord of Phantasma if you so wish. The Lord of Phantasma? Indeed. That's not a name you ever mentioned in your beloved testaments, is it, Reese Sergeant? So you know who I am too. Someone's brushed up on their homework. That's enough time spent on trivial greetings. Listen to me, Lord of Phantasma, or whatever your name is. If all we've seen here is your doing, then return Grancel to the way it used to be at once. Should you refuse to comply, I shall cut you down here myself. My, your request is so meaningless. I scarcely know how to respond. There's no harm in devotion, but done in excess can only serve to cloud your eyes to the truth. Well, do you understand now, Julia Schwartz? What? I see my suspicions were right after all. The Grancel we've been fighting our way through isn't even the real thing, is it? It's just an imitation of it. A replica of the city created here in Phantasma. That can't be. Could that really be true? Still, that would explain all the weird things we've been struggling to figure out, even if it wouldn't explain just what Phantasma really is. I would be rather troubled if it did. Where's the fun in handing out answers all at once? Still, you're quite right, and your understanding is deepening at a pace I hoped it would. I'm rather pleased with you, Tita Russell. Huh? I'm glad I, yes? So all this time, Her Majesty and Princess Claudia was safe. Oh, Helios, thank you for your unwavering mercy. Oh, your relief strikes me as coming more than a little prematurely. Whoever said that those you care about are safe? It wasn't me. Pardon? No. Does that contain... Think of this as the final reward placed for you to earn on this second plane. Of course, rewards aren't given for free. If you wish to earn it, then you will have to overcome a trial first. And here it comes. Here comes the final boss of Chapter 2. Oh no. This is another of the 77 devils mentioned in the Testaments. One of the 2 gatekeepers of Gehenna and leader of a vast army of minions. Rostrum the Savage. Gah. Are you insane? How do you think you can handle something that powerful after bringing it to life? I need not worry, for I have you to defeat it for me. Enjoy! Good. Do we have an impede? No impede. Oh well. And we beat. We beat it. We get a Krypton of Sepith. Ugh, that thing was crazy. I can't believe we were able to defeat it. But now. That was truly a delightful spectacle. Well, take your reward. You've earned it. Oh. Thank goodness. I'm so glad we got it. Surprised you make good on your promises. Yeah, you ready to cut down to the chase? What do you want from us? What the hell is the point of all this? Poor Kevin Graham. Poor, pitiful Kevin. Please no, try not to let me down any more than you already have. I am a phantasm, a shadow. Much as the shadow only exists when there is something to cast it, I, too, only exist because of something within your number. Do you grasp my meaning? Huh? Kevin? How could I? You're just spouting nonsense. If you think being all cryptic is going to confuse us and lead us astray, you're very much mistaken, buddy. True enough. Sprouting cryptic nonsense is simply what I do. That is what you believe, is it? Then it must be true. Screw you. Perhaps I ought to go by a different name after all. How do you think Lord of Nonsense sounds? More fitting, perhaps? I said screw you. Whoa. Kevin, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Don't worry. That's literally just a shadow. It is? Oh. So that was a body double, or an empty shell is more appropriate in this case. We barely took our eyes off them. I commend you for noticing. Still, your role on this plane is now over. Add the wings of white to your number, and journey on deeper into the abyss you stand inside. I shall be awaiting our next encounter. And chapter 2 is done. I think the way I'm going to do this is before we do the final dungeon, we'll do all the star doors. Oh, all the doors. Please, they take their overblown theatrics way too seriously. A Resident Evil duo is going to have to work on their act if they want to sound anything more than a walking cliche. Anyway, we're done here, and we've got ourselves another sailing stone to open up. So let's mosey on back to the base. I think we all know who's inside at this point. Right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hooray! We're gonna finish chapter 2. We save here. And we continue on. Deeper into the darkness. I'm so sorry, Kevin. I failed as your mother. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. At least this way. The two of us can. That dream again? Ugh, how long is it gonna take before it goes away? It had to happen on Rufina's big day, too. I was hoping I'd be able to stop worrying her when I got older, but at this rate... I'm sure she's plenty used to you worrying her already. Oh, gee, Reese. Don't scare me like that. How long have you been in here? For a while. We're supposed to be cleaning the chapel today. But you weren't getting up, so I came to check on you. You seem to be having a nightmare, though, so I thought I'd wake you. Oh, okay. Sorry, Reese. I was being a pain for you again, wasn't I? No more than usual. You've been a loser since the day I met you. I don't expect that to change anytime soon. Ouch. Kick the guy while he's down, why don't you? Well, whatever. We don't want to be late for breakfast on Rufina's big day. So let's go and get this done. Alright. Rufina? Oh. Good morning, you two. I wasn't expecting to see you here this early. Are you on cleaning duty today? Yes, but what are you doing up so early? You've got a long journey ahead of you. You need plenty of sleep or you're going to be exhausted before you even get there. I mean, isn't Arteria ages away from here? Well, yes, but I won't be able to offer my prayers to Adios here again for quite some time. So I decided to get up early and pray for all the days I'm going to be missing too. Seriously? That's why? That's very you. Are you really going to be that busy though? I thought you might be able to come home from time to time at least. I wish I could say otherwise, but I probably will. I've only just become a squire, so there'll be plenty of work in store for me. I'll be lucky to find time to sleep, never mind come home. I might be able to squeeze some time into my schedule once I've gotten the hang of the workload, but until then, okay. And that's why you gotta sleep now while you still can. Come on, you've done enough praying for one day, so go back to bed until breakfast or something. You're so cold to me. What? Yeah. Thought you'd want to make the most of the time you've got left with me, but it's like you don't even want me here. Did I do a bad job at raising you? I never said I didn't want you here, and you might have done a lot for me, but raising me is a stretch. It's okay, he's just embarrassed. He's actually more than happy to talk to you. He's just terrible at showing it. Oh, get over yourself. Is that so now? I should have known. You're such a typical boy, Kevin. They all act indifferent to avoid letting their loved ones know just how much they care. And don't forget, he's at that rebellious age too. How have I managed to survive being twisted around your fingers for so long? Is trying to toy with the hearts of innocent young boys a family thing or what? Oh, I'd hardly say young. It's been about 5 years by now, you know. Speaking of which, I think I'm starting to get a craving for some chocolate. Maybe I should pick some up on the way to the station. Quincy Bell, of course, for obvious reasons. Oh, the new mint chocolate's my current favorite. The fresh aftertaste mixes in with the chocolate's flavor really well. I'll admit that does sound tempting, but I think I'm more in the mood for classic milk this time. That flavor will always be a fun little trip down memory lane for me. Because of how we met? Kevin, you're disgusting. Why? I think we'll all get that warm and fuzzy feeling when we look back on it. After all, the day you came to live with us, Kevin, was the start of many, many new and wonderful memories. I treasure every single one I've made during these 5 years. They're all priceless to me. Then why did you decide to become a squire and leave us? This doesn't seem like the right job for you. For fuck's sake. Band. Stupid fucking bots. It just doesn't seem like the right job for you. Even if you wanted to be in the church, couldn't you have become a sister at the chapel in town or something? I'm sorry, Kevin. Apparently I've just got the aptitude for it, or so I've been told. I feel like the best thing I can do is make use of that and try to help people in the best way I can. Of course, there's always the chance I won't be cut out for it at all and will have to come home anyway. There's no way a girl as naive as you is going to be any good with the kind of crazy tough stuff you'd have to do. Better come straight back home once you've had enough. Nod. Really? Well, if it does come to that, I'll be expecting a nice warm welcome from the two of you. And with that, I believe this conversation has done a lovely job with helping you procrastinate cleaning for long enough. Should I lend a hand? If we're going to do the job, we might as well do it perfectly and have the whole chapel sparkling. Chapter 3. Golden Road, Silver Road. And we get Chloe. And Sig. 2 lights. I wonder if the other one could be. Yay! Scree? What just happened? Julia? Did you not leave for a training exercise on board the Arcel? I'm so relieved to see you safe, Your Highness. I see Sig is with you too. Scree? He is, but, I'm not quite sure what's going on. What? Long time no see. Hi, Chloe. Nod. I sure wasn't expecting to run into you here. What are you all doing here? Oh. It's good to see you again, Chloe. And Sig too, of course. You two look well. Thank you. I'm not sure what to say. I feel like I should be waking up any moment now, but I'm not sure I even want to. Scree. I see. We've found ourselves in quite a predicament, haven't we? I'm relieved to hear that the empty Grancel you found wasn't the real city, at least, but still. Unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily rule out the real capital being in danger. We're dealing with something that has such great power, it can create a flawless replica of a vast city. There's no telling how far its influence could extend. Reese, surely there is no need to worry her so. We have nothing to gain from shying away from the truth. If anything, she's helping me better understand the gravity of the situation we're in. I'd like to help with the investigation if I can. I'm not sure I can do much more than what you're already doing, but I won't drag you down. Scree! But Your Highness, I'm sorry, Julia, but I'm afraid nothing you can say will change my mind. I may not fully understand the situation we're in, but I do know that it threatens the safety of our capital, perhaps the whole nation. I'd be a disgrace as Crown Princess if I were to just stand by and do nothing while the people who I will one day rule are threatened. Wow, you're amazing, Chloe. As you wish, Your Highness. Well, welcome to the team. Great, I'll do what I can. So our next destination is that teleportation circle at the end of the sealed area? Yeah, that should let us travel to the next area. Or, by the sounds of it, to the next plane. Yeah, that appears to be the technical name for the various areas that make up the land we're in. It's a concept used in Septian Church too. Our world is made up of a number of planes or realms situated on top of one another. At the top is the sky where the goddess dwells, and below that is the earth where we live, and at the bottom lies Gehenna, where sinners are judged. Those are the main three, but in between them there are countless other planes or realms too. So in other words, the farther down we descend, the less the blessings of the goddess will be able to reach us? Can you not say stuff like that? With all these creepy monsters roaming around? It's freaky enough around here as it is. You sound like a child who's afraid to walk around the house when the lights are off. Although I suppose that does make sense given that you truly are a child. I am so not a child. Anyway, if that fake Grancel was the second plane, the next one's the third, right? I mean, it sounds obvious, but I'm not sure it's going to in one clear direction, or if we might run into a fork at some point. I think straightforward is a safe enough assumption to make for now. And while we might not know what that Lord of Phantasma wants with us, we know it's nothing good. So even if it's not like that, that doesn't change how ugly this could get. So let's get ready for just about anything. Who knows what's waiting up for us up ahead? Something wrong, Reese? If you think you might have figured something out, the rest of the class would love to hear about it. No, it's nothing important. You're right. We should start getting ready to leave. It may be worth our while to investigate some of the doors we've encountered thus far too. Yeah, I don't know what's up with those things, but there sure are a ton of them. At the very least, they don't seem to have been placed by any of our foes. I'm all in favor of investigating them too.
Together now.
Let's grab Chloe. Celeste Blue. That's... And we'll grab another Grail Locket. Get all the water. Mindful. I thought her stuff was maxed out. lost. Hmm. I thought I had all the stuff maxed out. I don't know why it didn't. Hmm? Alright. I think I'll just keep playing until dinner. Well, this should take us to the third plane. Funny how this warp ended up being the exact spot that the device used to seal the Oriole was in the real world. Device? You're referring to the first barrier mentioned in that report. Yeah, the one designed to temporarily freeze it in another dimensional space. Well, unfortunately for the guys who pulled it off, looks like that even if that wasn't enough to stop the Gospels from being able to influence it. I see. We still don't know what happened to the Oriole either. Part of the reason the army were looking under the lake is to see if they could find the Oriole there, but they didn't have any luck. But there seem to be plenty who think that the Liber Arc collapsing means the Oriole itself is no more. I fear Professor Weissman may be the only one who knows the truth about exactly what happened. Although I don't have the faintest idea where he could be now, or what he's doing there. What? Well, the report said quite clearly. No one in the church is sure what happened to him either. It's still being looked into. Still, I think it's fairly safe to say that Weissman isn't involved in what's happening right here. If he were, I'm sure he'd be openly reveling every second of this. You all know what kind of guy he is. Yeah, that's true. He doesn't really have anything to gain by wearing a mask like that, I suppose. We've got way too many unanswered questions at this point. All we can do is keep looking for answers. The less we know, the more we have to be on guard. So we'd best be careful. Right, Reese? I suppose so. Ooh. Whoop. Where are we now? Something similar to the Jade Corridor by the look of it. Kevin, over there. Golden and silver roads. A golden and silver gate? Well, this is foreboding. Again? Oh. The ghost we saw in Gransel. Visitors from afar. Bearers of the Grail emblem. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can. Before you stand the entrances to the twin corridors. Proceed through them both in sync, or never shall you reach the dark depths beyond. I entrust the operation to the monument before you. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. But beware. Once you have stepped through the doors, the trial must be completed. Oh. Well, that's one question answered. That voice we've been hearing all this time was hers. Although, Now the next question is, who is she anyway? Whoever she is, she gave us some valuable advice on how to proceed. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. And I say we take her up on that advice. Moving in sync means we're gonna have to split up though. Or more like, Reese and I will each have to take a door at the same time while you guys tag along with whoever. That's how I took it too. If we don't do it the way she said, I doubt we'll be able to advance. They sure aren't making it easy for us though. That means we'll have to split up to follow one of you, right? With all the stuff we've fought so far. Going with such small teams feels dangerous. Why not ask the rest back in the garden to help us? That way we could form 2 groups of 4, and that should hopefully be good enough for any challenges up ahead. But that voice said Kevin and I needed to be the ones that step through the gates. Sure, but that's all she specified. That you and me need to go through different ones. She didn't say anything about what these guys have to do. Plus, there's no telling what's waiting for us on the other side. We could use their help. Alright then, thank you. Yeah, I'll be more than happy to help. So what should we do? Should we call everyone here right away? Even if we did, I wouldn't blame them if they wanted some time to prep before heading out. Especially since I've got a hunch that once we go in those gates, there's no going back out. So instead of calling them here, let's go back to them. Then we'll all come here once we fill up to the challenge. The third plane. The dungeon on this plane requires you to form 2 parties, with Kevin and Reese as their leaders, in order to advance. Each of the characters you have at this point will need to be placed in one of these parties. Furthermore, after beginning the dungeon, you won't be able to return to the garden until it's complete. To begin exploring, inspect the monument at the start of the third plane and choose Explore Third Plane. Alright. Explore Third Plane. Dungeon on this plane requires you to form 2 parties, with Kevin and Reese as their leaders, in order to advance. Each of the characters blah 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 blah. Alright. We'll put all the boys into one party.
Do it.
And
Together now.
we'll get Chloe.
Oh, okay.
And that's the party we're gonna do. Oh. It's reacting to us. Whoop. 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 Well, all now that's left is to head through the doors and see what awaits us. Ready to go, Reese? I am. Kevin? What's up? I get it. Gonna feel all lonely without me to go up against? Not a chance. It's nothing. Let's just get this over with. Yes, ma'am. Alright, time to make our way through this plane. See you guys on the other side. Till then, take care. There's every chance we might find ourselves face to face with another devil too, so stay on guard and proceed cautiously. Right. Yay! 2 teams. We'll do the Golden Road first. Here we go again. Ah. Yeah. Phew, that takes care of them. Just what were they? They weren't ordinary monsters anyway. They remind me of the prank-loving gremlins that appear in folklore. Perhaps that's what they actually were? It's possible. First skeletons, then armored knights, now then ghosts, now gremlins. This place sure is all about that folklore. Not the pleasant kind at that. Dun, 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 dun. Time quartz. Time quartz. And Super Gladiator belt. And Super Gladiator headband. Alrighty. Third plane. Okay, there's only one enemy that we're missing. Very good. Very good.
That was the sword of Vander.
Very good. Very good. This chest appreciates your concern, but it's doing okay. Wait, let me just make sure. Boom. We got it. And yes, we got it.
Let's move out.
Very good. Alright. Let's go up here. Grab the sting edges. No, we aren't. That place is mine, and I can do whatever I want with it. And what I want to do is wash my hands of that thing good for good. He swallowed another healthy chunk of lamb. Then clack went his knife. And I say we keep it, she said, her stiff tone implying that any other plans she dared to present would be, to put it delicately, stupid. Think of all the history you're abandoning. 50 years. Hello, RoboJ. Thank you for following. Hope you're having a good day. Did you know Hallie from Gambler Jack's name was originally translated accurately as Haru? But it turns out the official Japanese spelling wasn't that, but Hallie. This was revealed in Gambler Jack's sequel. How are we today? Please do not take without permission. Thank you. Alright. That's good to know. That's good. Nice chilling day. New Game Plus is so fun. Makes everything... It's just a really good power fantasy.
There is nothing my sword cannot cut.
So you a big fan of Trails? Of the Trails games?
That's that. Let's move out.
This way. Oh, I went the wrong way.
Let's move out.
Yay! Smash our way through these things. Beautiful.
Not bad.
Let's go. I like it. Bring to me the man who talks with his fists. Only then shall the door open. I know exactly who that is, too. Glad we haven't got him yet. Looking into the void inside the empty chest, you start questioning the nature of life itself. I love these chests. Congratulations, it's a girl. Oh, that's awesome. I've played everything up to Reverie. I'm just playing through the entire series again to essentially refresh my memories. Could you spare a tear bomb or two for these rusty hinges? I haven't touched Reverie yet, but I have finished everything. You open the lid. A piercing scream fills the air. You quickly shut the lid and walk away. I love the entire series. How many battles have I done? 112. 282. Yeah, 282 battles to go.
Alright, what's next?
Ooh.
Alright, what's next?
My goal is to get all 400 battles that I need, so I can do all the doors, get this special item.
Not done yet.
I am so looking forward to Reverie. What? What's this doing here? What's wrong, Kevin? Oh no, I was just impressed how nice this bow gun is. I'm gonna get some good use out of this, baby. The son scoffed upon hearing Jubilee's name. His wife always had a habit of biting her lip before playing her ace in the hole, and there was no finer ace against him than their daughter's opinion. Did I check this chest? I love that. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Reverie. I just want to refresh my memory on the rest of the series. Bet you 50 Mira that the item is still in your inventory during the final battle. Most definitely it will be. If I wanted to do something really stupid, I could play through this game 16 times and get nothingness gems for everyone. Nothingness quartz. If this empty chest were filled to the brim with food, it still wouldn't be enough to satisfy Reese. Wait, did I get... It's a shining palm. Wait, that's a lie. Like the promise of more treasure. Alright. I never actually read on my first playthrough, I never actually read all the chest quotes until, like, close to the end of my first run of this game. Don't think I needed to do anything else. Yeah, everybody's maxed out. Good. And I've already got the best gear for them, so I don't need to worry about anything else. And we go forwards. Over there. Could that be the exit, perhaps? Sure looks that way. Yeah. Yeah. I hope everything's going well for Reese's group too. There goes my hopes of just walking. Think we're gonna have to fight our way out to it too. Or fight our way to it. The... What? Reese? Oh, that wasn't the dev team, that was the translators. Damn it. Is she being mind controlled or something? Flex arts or repels physical damage. We'll get rid of those two. Then we get to play with arts. Or we would get to play with arts. Titanic Roar. Titanic Roar. Petrified Breath on you. Death Screen. And just do normal attacks. Yeah. Oh. Doppelreese. Tito has one of the slowest casting speeds of anybody. The Grimoire. There we go. That is a lot of Time Sepith. Oh, who did we get? Oh. Well, looks like this is the end of this trial. Sure came as a surprise to find out that Reese was just a fiend in disguise, though. Yeah, I thought she was being mind-controlled or something. I've known her for a long time, and if I was fooled, it's no surprise that you guys would be. The mirrors with her were so deadly, too. I think it's safe to say that the whole battle was a trap set for us by our enemies. That being the case, I'm concerned for how the other group is faring. We should hurry on ahead. Yeah, let's get ourselves over to that gate. Let's go through. And now the girls' team. On guard, everyone. I know, she gets so good. Look at that Tomberry looking little fucker. Vagen. Little Tomberry looking shit. And still goes off with a stupid attack that could potentially insta-kill. What were those things? They looked like reapers you'd find in a fairy tale. I felt the same way. The devils we've encountered shouldn't be able to exist. But in a different sense, neither should those fiends. This definitely isn't going to be easy. Alright. Well, let's just have a look at that. Let's make sure that everybody's equipped how I would like them to be. Yeah, that's the best gear I can give them. Just set, swapping that with can't. Swap the strike or Heaven's Eye, because that's the best I've got. Found Tyrol Balm. Give me blood. No. I've heard mixed things about it. Like,
Justice must always prevail.
yeah, gacha style games don't really wet my whistle, as it were.
Goddess, my thanks to
Like, I'll give it a try one day, maybe, but I don't see myself sticking with it. That was quite unfortunate for the son. A single glance at her curious, simple smile, and he knew he would cave to whatever she said. Doubly unfortunate since he also knew who she would side with.
Well, that takes care of that.
Beautiful. Good. Oop. The chest was... this empty chest was brought to you by... you. Despite first impressions, it was as much a shop as any other along the same street. A shop was still a shop even after it was no longer full to bursting with wealthy customers. Or any customers, really. You took all I had to give. Happy now? My favorite thing about the Trails games is the books. The books are like... bar none.
Told you I could handle this.
Not sure what my favorite book is, though. I'm a big fan of Carnelia. 3 and 9 is a good one. Enforcer number 20, The Empty Chest. What's everyone else's favorite books in the Trails games?
Nicely done.
Sounds good to me. I'm happy with a skippable mobile game. Because I know it's not. I know that one's not particular. I know that one's not canon to the storyline. But the anime is. Or so he believed. There was a pause in noise after the question was raised, and seconds later, they both heard the flat-footed thumping of their daughter's steps coming towards them. Did you call me, Mum?
Pansies.
Yay. Should probably do a heal on people. Camp. Augment Chloe. Actually, what's your role? Magic. There it is. 22 blue, 12 wind, 6 space. Okay, we've got 12 there. Okay, we've got all of that. I just need to give you some wind. There we go. Perfect. Bring to me the darling of pure white radiance and proof of her scholarship. Only then shall the door open. Ah. Well, how many doors have we found? I can't tell you yet. attacked by more of these things.
I've worked up an appetite.
Ah. I think that's based on the in-game book Carnelia. If you were looking for gold, you will not find 1 gram. That's a pun. Did you know arteria supposedly comes from the English word artery? Tobal is a good character. He's funny. He's like one of the most out-of-place people. Oh. Alright. Alright, put it on the wrong person.
Come on, let's do it.
Let's hear all. Let me do that.
Pansies.
Alright, camp. Everybody's healed. And bunch of Sepith. You again? At least Phantom Thief B is a gentleman. Absolutely he is. And his item is probably the best one you can get.
Well, that takes care of that.
I'm a big fan of, what's his face? I love Anton's story, because he's such an idiot. But that would never have happened. Hideko would never have denied Sato back then. See, she didn't have much money in those days, and she paid cash for the machine. Obtained Sylvan. What? This seems familiar somehow. Is something wrong? Not at all. I thought I may have seen this weapon somewhere before, but it must have been my imagination. It certainly seems like a capable one though, so I think I'll use it all the same. Here's a crossbow for a crossbow. Actually, I don't actually have a crossbow for you, father. Sorry. Pearl earring? It is yet to be spoken of in legend, for its mother was a modest carpenter, who carved it with no other purpose than to hold a confession. It was never meant for a grand display, but for a quiet, sincere love. I'm okay with that. Yeah, but Anton does not suffer as much as Gilbert does. Yeah, Anton travels the world. Oh. That's so much fun. I remember that. Oh, poor Ricky. Gilbert is the ultimate loser in Trails. I don't think I've ever seen him catch a win. And if he does have a win, it is the most temporary thing. An empty coffer devoid of any treasure. Go seek another. Dum, blum, 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 blum. Alright, let's make sure that everybody's slots are at full. Good, everybody's good. Let's get Josette into the battle. There's never any Josette love. Josette's fine. She's not anything to write home about, but she does her work. Oh. Could that be the exit, perhaps? It certainly seems to be. Wonder if Kevin and his group are on the other side already. Heh, looks like they're not going to let us reach it without a fight. What? Father Kevin? We're fighting evil Kevin. And these things. Kevin! Let's play with if he gets a win in any of those games, then if he gets a win in any of those games, then I will... I don't know. I don't have anything. And then do that. And we can just wail on Kevin. On evil Kevin. And we kill evil Kevin. Wonder who my favorite member of Ouroboros is currently serving in Ouroboros as of Cold Steel 4. Probably Blue Blanc. That seems to be the end of our trial, at least. Although I certainly wasn't expecting that to be a fiend that had perfectly disguised itself as Father Kevin. Sure, I wasn't. Oh. Reese, you're alright. You weren't hurt, were you? I'm fine. I was just so relieved to find out that it wasn't really Kevin. And now the fight is over, it seems clear to me that the battle was a trap set by our foes. Those bizarre cannon fiends are further evidence. Let's hurry through that door. I'm quite concerned about the other group. Sure. She must have been so worried about him, huh? Huh. The individual chapters themselves are extremely short. The playtime is in the doors. Reese! Thank goodness. Ah, Kevin. Phew. Yep, you're a real deal, alright. Thank Adius. I was worried as hell about you, you know? I could say the same to you. Still, it looks like those really must have been grimoires then. Sure does. Grimoires? Is that the name of those fiends we encountered? You got it. It's something. I'm too fast on my mouse, clicking sometimes. Although, maybe fiend isn't the best word. They're said to be what souls eventually turn into after being thrown into Gehenna. People's souls turn into those? That's not a very pleasant thought. As I'm sure you know, the church teaches that the souls of sinners end up in the fiery depths of Gehenna. There they are tormented by ceaseless flames, slowly losing their own sense of self over time. Till, finally, they are said to end up as nothing more than a chaotic lump of spirit known as a grimoire. I'm getting goosebumps just picturing it. And that's what those shape-shifting creatures we encountered were? Yes. The mirrors and cannons that appeared with them are all cursed items that have the same origin. How they did it, I don't know, but it seems our enemies have quite literally opened the gates of Gehenna. That's quite a fitting metaphor. That sounds like... It's the mysterious long white-haired man with a big sword. I wonder who that could be. You again. Well, look who decided to show their ugly mug. Did that Lord of yours send you to come check up on us? That is one of the roles I have been assigned, albeit not the only one. That's true. Those two are still good. Ouroboros is like a weird group, because they're not evil, but they're evil, but at the same time. I'm impressed by how quickly you've progressed, even if it was with a significant amount of the Hermit's guidance. The Hermit? Who's that? The ghost we keep running into? I can't think of anyone else. She's been helping us in various ways since we arrived here, and yet we still have no idea who she is. Indeed, I speak of her. She is a spirit that was left behind in Phantasma, as well as the master of the Hollow Garden. Of course, thanks to my lord taking most of her power, she can do little other than struggle as your guide. As usual, your cryptic nonsense just goes right over my head. McBurn is a good one. McBurn is fun. Who else is currently in Ouroboros? Veda? I think Veda is why they got rid of Luciola. Absolutely. Well, hey, if she's your enemy, that makes her our ally, right? I'll leave that for you to find out. Her position is hardly your concern at this time. I have a message for you from my lord. Your next destination is the Path of Beasts. Devour the new offering presented to you, and display your seal once more. Then shall the flames of Gehenna burn ever fiercer, and my kingdom draw closer to its true completion. What? What is that supposed to mean? My lord says that you may choose to interpret the message however you see fit. My task was simply to relay it to you. Kevin? Sorry, I couldn't help but laugh. Tell me, what sad classes did you and that joke of a boss you got take to get your certifications in how to be a big bad? Nice church trying to confuse us by spewing that cryptic bullshit too. Bet you thought we'd keep ourselves up all night trying to figure that gem out. I mean, the overgrown theatrics make it a bit too obvious that it's fake, don't you think? Oh yeah. She did too. Or did she? No. Maybe. Because the Grand Master said Vita may return. She just needed to figure her stuff out. Well, you about done with us? If you are, how about you get lost? We got better things to do with our time than listen to nonsensical riddles from a guy who can't even bother to show his face. I see you weren't all that fond of the gift granted to you by my lord. How disappointing. Was the thought of using it that painful to you? Gift? Kevin. You think you can get away? Fear not. We will encounter one another again before long. I am, after all, Phantasma's foremost guardian. And with that, I bid you farewell. So that's the short sworder you mentioned. here's the picture of his lord right down to taunting us as he leaves. Too bad for him that it doesn't take a genius to work out what they're both bluffing. Your next destination is the Path of Beasts. Devour the new offering presented to you and display your seal once more. Then shall the flames of Gehenna burn ever fiercer and my kingdom draw closer to its true completion. These words sound as though they have some specific meaning to me, but they could be taken in a number of ways at face value. We could try to unravel said meaning, but that may hinder our progress more than help in the long run. My thoughts exactly. Anyway, what's definitely not going to hinder us is going back to base and seeing who's in the 2 sealing stones we picked up. If we activate the monument over there, we'll be able to come right back here to continue exploring later too. Thank goodness it's right there, huh? I wonder who's going to be inside these. Let's go find out, and we've finished chapter 4, or chapter 3. Yeah, once we are ready to start the final dungeon, I'm gonna go through all the doors. Kevin Graham of the 543rd. Yeah, Campanella's consistent member. The second Anguis, the first Anguis. Third Anguis was taken over by, spoilers in case anybody's watching this. Fourth Anguis is still there. I don't think we've met the fifth one yet. The sixth, I think we did meet. And seventh is... Hey, Frana. How are you? I'm doing good. In the name of the goddess above, I hereby appoint you as Squire of the Septian Church. I humbly accept my appointment. I pledge to offer my soul to the goddess above, and both body and blood to her church on earth. Yeah. Very good. It is exceedingly rare for one at your age to be appointed to this position. I can only assume your aptitudes and training achievements warranted it. May you strive to be a worthy guardian of the goddess's sacraments as her loyal and devoted servant. It does. It's a good story. There's Cornelia. Well, if it isn't Kevin. I see you've managed to avoid having your promotion rejected by the top brass. Splendid, splendid. Instructor, I really can't thank you enough for all you've done for me. Never dreamed I would have an actual Dominion supervising my training. How sweet of you to say. Hard to believe you're the same boy who waltzed up before the congregation for the sacraments and said, shouting, "Make me a knight, please." I'd appreciate it if you'd chuck that memory back into the furthest reaches of your mind, thank you. Oh, but how could I? Had I missed your groveling, I never would have taken an interest in you in the first place. And not in a million years would I have thought you were related to Rufina. You could have asked her to take you on as her pupil before resorting to such drastic measures, you silly boy. Well, I had my reasons, let's leave it at that. Very well. It doesn't matter at this point anyway. Congratulations, you are now a dog of the church, just like the rest of us. It's good to have you on board. Thank you. I'm not sure that's the most reassuring metaphor to be using on new recruits, though. Might scare some of them right off. Please, you're not trying to position yourself as some sweet doe-eyed thing, are you? Absolutely, it's Toval's wife. Besides, I think it's a perfectly apt description for us. We go around sniffing out sacraments wherever they may be, tearing through the throats of the heretical fools who are enamored with them all the while. Can you spot the difference? Come on, instructor. I'm used to you at this point, so I don't really care if you call me a dog, but you care if I call your beloved Rufina one, don't you? Not to worry, Kevin. I can read between the lines well enough. Well, did I guess right? I owe her a lot, but I wouldn't call her my beloved. She's just like a big sister to me, that's all. You're making it sound like you... What, exactly? Rufina, I thought you were on Remiferia on a mission. Yeah, I was, but I tried to finish as quickly as possible so I could be back for your appointment ceremony. I'm so proud of you, Kevin. It's amazing just how fast you've grown. Now you're a full-fledged adult like me. Wow, thanks for going out of your way to come here. Not sure I deserve to be called an adult yet, though. I've got a whole lot of work ahead of me, if I want to be half the knight the two of you are. Oh my, how modest of you. By the way, have you let Reese know all about all of this yet? Not yet. I'm planning on to write to her tonight. She's been real mad at me ever since I decided to come to Arteria, though. Hopefully this will cheer her up a bit. There's not much else I can do to make up with her short of going home. Perhaps we should do that together at some point if we can find the time. Oh, and while I have the chance, thank you so much for looking after him all this time, Ein. You've given up so much of your free time, and I really do appreciate it. Think nothing of it. It's proved quite fun in a way it's proved quite a fun way to kill time. He has a fair amount of potential in combat arts and thaumaturgy too. It's a shame all his skills are on the practical side of things, however. His academic side is, less than stellar. I had this feeling in the pit of my stomach that may be the case. Alright, I've got to get going. I have to pick up my new room key and medal from the General Affairs guys. Sorry, I'll talk to you later. Oh. What's this? You look so concerned. Feeling guilty because he followed you into such a dangerous line of work? Not at all. That was completely up to him and him alone. I would never try to dictate his life choices. Just that I think he'll make a fine knight, personally. He checks all the boxes. He's got the potential, he's got the determination. All in all, I can see why you're so proud of him. And call it a hunch, but I wouldn't be surprised if a stigma manifested in him just like it has in you. Well, I'm impressed. I didn't think you could sense that of others if you didn't possess one yourself. Yet one more reason to feel frustrated that you aren't a Dominion. I know we're friends, but there's no need for all the flattery. My combat and thaumaturgy abilities are average at best. I wouldn't be cut out for the job at all. I'm grateful enough to have been promoted from Squire tonight. That's the upper limit for someone with my lack of potential. If only you saw things the way I do. Someone with average at best abilities couldn't have handled your Ouroboros case half as well as you did. Fighting off a man that reported strength to be swift enough. Fighting off a man of that reported strength to a swift enough conclusion would be a pretty feather in anyone's cap. Oh. Oh, definitely. It was just my luck that we both came to an understanding. As far as Kevin goes, he wouldn't need to rely on luck. His potential for growth extends further than I'll ever be able to go. So, who do we think Rufina took on in Ouroboros? There's only like 4 people that come to mind. But I don't think it was Ren, Joshua, or Luve. My guess is she took on either Volta or McBurn. But he has one weakness holding him back. That poor boy is just far too kind. So kind, in fact, that I see him driving himself into a corner because of it one day. Well, Gilbert does have his own theme music, so he's got that going for him. I think this was Olivier and Zin. Yeah, that looks like... Yeah, Weissman took in Joshua and Luve shortly after Hamel. But I think Kevin did his training while Joshua was being quote-unquote rebuilt. So maybe it could have been Luve, but who knows? It definitely wasn't Weissman. Ugh. Zin?
Prince Oliver, now this is a surprise. Don't think this is a dream, at least.
Indeed, it is not. I would be overjoyed to share such a sweet date with Shera in my dreams. One with a fine drinking companion. Not so much.
Yeah, this is real, alright. Still, doesn't Shera count as a drinking companion too?
In a way, it's fine to be drunk with the joy of her company. But it is very different, but is very much the opposite to be drunk with alcohol involved. That is one of the most important lessons I have learned during my stay in Libel. It's the best, boys!
Truer words have never been spoken. But, alright, enough playing around. You guys mind filling us in on just what kind of situation we've gotten ourselves into?
We shall make with the embraces and tearful greetings afterward.
Honestly.
You two really are something special.
It's...
No, the fool has green hair. He is anything... Olivier is anything but a fool. He has... what's a good description? If Olivier played Magic the Gathering, he'd have a pure blue deck. You'd think you'd be a little shaken finding yourselves in somewhere as unnatural as this out of nowhere. He acts the fool. But he is anything but. This is quite the pickle. I appreciate that it may be hard to believe, but that is the situation we find ourselves in at this present time. If we were to try and find a way out, we'll need you to accept that. Oh, Mula, my sweet, rose-kissed muse, ever pure and free of thorns, you misunderstand me. I have long accepted our current predicament as reality. Then why do you look so deep in thought? Need you even ask? Perhaps my life's toughest decision yet lies ahead of me. Before me I find Joshua, Princess Claudia, Tita, and Josette. Then there's Julia and even a new face, Reese. Just whom shall I gather into my arms like a warm blanket and exchange sweet nothings in celebration first? Only you. Joshua? You were pulling my leg when you said this guy was an Erebonian prince, right? Hard as it is to believe, he is. Putting my deeply earnest dilemma aside for the time being, it sounds as though you've been making some headway into unraveling the mysteries behind this place. Naturally, I would be more than honored to help with that. But first, you've got a few questions you need to ask, right? I know I sure do. Absolutely. And Olivier knows people who know people who know people. He's got his fingers in every pie across Zemuria. I should have known you would be thinking along the same lines. Oops. You're exactly right. Fine by me. What did you want to ask? Do you think you figured something out? That's what I want to find out. First, I want to ask about that ghost you've encountered here. Ask away. If I remember correctly, the first time you met her was on the balcony in Gransel Castle, yes? Indeed it was. She gave us the key that allowed us to eventually find and rescue you. That was the first time she appeared to us as a ghost, but I don't believe it was the first time she directly communicated with you, was it, Father? Don't think so, anyway. When Race and I first arrived here, we heard a strange voice talking to us. We didn't have a clue who it belonged to at the time. But I think that was probably her too. As do I. So at first she existed here only as a voice, but she's gradually started showing up with a body too. I know that's a weird way to put it, but if it's true, it backs up what that man in black said the last time we saw him. Yeah, he said the Lord of Phantasmus had stolen most of her power, right? He kept referring to her as the Hermit and Master of the Hollow Garden too. Plus the inscription on that monument behind us has the Hermit's Garden written on it. I think all of us here can connect the dots just fine. Agreed. It's reasonable to conclude that this very garden is connected to her in some way. That's true. Makes sense to me. It also explains why this place is kinda comfy compared to the other weird fiend-infested places in Phantasma. Feels like we're getting closer to the truth with every new revelation. By the sounds of it, she's been in Phantasma for a while now, possibly since the beginning. Then she had her power stolen by the Lord of Phantasma and ended up without a body. And since then, she's been trying to help us get to the best of our abilities and guide us forward. If we assume all of that to be true, maybe the monuments scattered throughout are connected to her somehow. They seem to exist for that same purpose, guiding us forward. I think there's one more thing in our possession that's connected to her as well. That cube, Kevin. You think so? Unfortunately, your guess is as good as mine on exactly what that cube is. That being said, I think the odds of it being connected to her somehow are as high as everything else on the list so far. Well, what do you think? Honestly, I'm impressed. You've done a remarkable job of making sense of the situation when you've only just arrived. Still, if we assume all that to be true, there's something else we should be doing as we keep moving forward. Helping to restore her power, I assume. That way we should be able to ask her what else she knows about the land we're in. Got it in one. I get this impression that if we don't, we won't stand a chance against those two. We'll find ourselves up against the wall at some point. One game I would love for like the very final like Trails game to be like completely open world across the entirety of Zemuria. Like you could go from Libel all the way to Calvard, and go from Calvard to Arteria, go from Arteria to Northumbria in the Salt Pale. Olivia being the main character in that movie, Catch Me If You Can. You may well be right. Well, leaving her aside for the time being, I do have one final thing I'd like to ask. Yeah? What else is there to cover? It concerns that Lord of Phantasma you kept mentioning, actually. Put simply, you wouldn't happen to have any idea as to who they are, would you, Kevin? Why me? Well, from my perspective, they're awfully fixated on you. They seem to know about Reese's deceased sister as well. Then there's the fact that they're even able to summon devils from the church's texts. If I wanted to play a Trails game set in the past, I'd probably set it around the time of the Great Collapse. That would be really fascinating. All this god tier power, and then seeing the end of a civilization would be really fascinating, honestly. It all seems to be pointing to you two, and you in particular. I can see why you'd ask, I guess. Unfortunately for you, well, I got nothing. If anything, I'd say they seem to be an enemy of the Grousritter as a whole, rather than just me. I suppose that's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if an organization like that had more than their fair share of enemies. No offense, of course. I have plenty of enemies myself.
Try not to sound like it's something worth boasting about.
Anyway, even if we've connected some dots, we'll have to save the mystery behind who our enemies are for another day. Maybe we can get more information out of them next time we see them. But until then, we don't have enough to work with. Right. Next time one of them shows up, we'll have to see what we can force out of them. So how about we wrap things up for now? If so, we should probably get ready to head out again. We're on plane number 4, and if the previous planes are anything to go by, it's gonna be tough. Kevin. What's up? Did you have something else you wanted to add? No? It's just that I'm not feeling very well, so I'm going to seek the next plane out. What? I'm sorry for the trouble, everyone, but please look out for him on my behalf. He shouldn't cause you too much trouble, but as I'm sure you know, he can be a little careless at times. Wait a sec.
You're not going to go after her?
Sorry, I'll be back in a minute. Reese. Wait a sec. What's with you all of a sudden? Oh, I don't know. You're feeling left out because I'm the only one who you know here and blah 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 blah. Sorry, Reese. Probably wasn't fun to have you sit through the whole happy reunion and something. Should have noticed earlier, really. I've been pretty insensitive. Something. When are you going to stop acting? Huh? It's true that I've felt a little left out for a while. You've clearly gone through so much together, and it's made you that much more fond of each other in the days since. A War of the Lions game would be so good. I could see it playing like a Fire Emblem style game. Yeah, we've had some amazing times. Hard to come out the other end of stuff we've did without growing closer through it all. Watching you all, how could I not have felt lonely? How could I not have felt jealous? You've been avoiding me for the past 5 years, Kevin. The thought that you'd grown close to so many others while going out of your way to keep me out of arm's reach did make me sad. You know I didn't mean it like that, Reese, but at the same time, I was still happy you did. I knew how badly what happened to Rufina had hurt you, how you were still blaming yourself for it. I knew you were driving yourself into a corner over it, and how you were taking on nothing but dirty jobs as if you were trying to punish yourself. And I couldn't confirm it myself for sure, but I just knew the rumors that you were desperate to burn yourself out through them were true. So that's the reason. That's why, as lonely as I felt when you were off making new friends without me, I was really, really happy more than anything. Reese, you do know that, except it turns out you haven't made any new friends at all. You're pulling the exact same thing you pulled with me on them. Every single one at arm's length. They can't get close to you. You won't get close to them. On the surface, you're a cheerful person having fun with everyone, but on the inside, you're as cold as can be. All you're doing is manipulating your own emotions so people think you're someone you're not. After watching you ever since we were reunited, that's become plain as day to me. Man, I'm happy you're worried about me, but you've totally got the wrong idea with this one. Sorry, I'm good for a lot of things, but pretending to be someone I'm not isn't one of them. When I'm happy, you'll know about it. When I'm mad, well, I think you know I'm not so good at hiding that either. I'm the same transparent guy I always was. I didn't say you were easy to read, for me at least. After all, I know how genuinely shaken you were by the Lord of Phantasma's message. Their words, and the words of that short reader, always come across as cryptic, but not to you. Deep down, you know what they're talking about. You just constantly keep it from the rest of us and try to keep us in the dark. Yeah. From what I can understand about Dreichels and the trio, they were doing... Yeah. No, maybe you have even managed to pull the wool over your own eyes too. Come on now, you can't seriously. Devour the new offering presented to you and display your seal once more. You know exactly what that means, don't you? Go on. You know what? Maybe you should sit things out for a bit. You're clearly really tired. What? I get that you're as angry as you are upset with me, but I think it's starting to make you jump to some really out there conclusions. Being tired out's only going to make it worse. Can't you see how negative your line of thinking is? You can't seriously believe all this is actually true. I'm not saying I deserve all the anger. I totally do. I genuinely was busy, but at the same time, I wasn't sure how to face you if we did end up meeting either. Still, we're going to be working together from now on, so enough. Huh? Everything you're saying is just meaningless. Maybe the others don't realize that, but how dare you think I, of all people, would fall for it? Race calling Kevin out. I realize I'm turning my back on my duties as a squire by doing this, but I can't bear to be near you any longer. Can't stand to see the Kevin I thought I knew so empty. So... Kevin? Oh, hey. I'm sorry you had to see that. Don't worry about it. I want to know something, Joshua. You've looked into me a fair bit since I first stepped onto the scene, right? I have. I know that you're called the Heretic Hunter. I know that you're one of the 12 dominions that lead the Grelsritter. And I know that you undertake the execution of sinners the Church deems most unforgivable almost single-handedly. Heh, I figured you'd know your stuff. Wouldn't want any guys whose backgrounds you hadn't thoroughly vetted being close to your girlfriend for long, huh? I can't deny it. Still, the only people you harm are those sinners, never anyone else. So I decided that, for the time being at least, you weren't a threat to her or anyone else. I see. Weissman was your work too, wasn't it? Sure was. My job was to get rid of him, that's it. Everything I did with you guys leading up to that point was to get myself into a position to get it done without him catching on. That includes helping all of you out, naturally. Yeah, I know. You must have been aware of the possibility that Estelle would be taken on board the Glorious, too. You thought allowing it to happen would help you in the long run, so you kept quiet about it. Well, now that one I'm surprised you pieced together. But yep, you're absolutely right. I figured there was a chance you might get abducted, but I did exactly nothing to stop it. All I cared about was finding out what Weissman and you were up to. Where you were, for that matter. Couldn't use better bait for it than her. Thought so. And yet all of that doesn't change how I'm more grateful than words can express. Why is that? Because if you hadn't helped me back then, I would still be Weissman's puppet. I would have broken with my own hands what I value most in the whole world. And that's a debt I'll never be able to fully repay. Oh, sweet Adius, now you're just being cute. I know you're smart enough to realize that's not at all why I threw you a bone, right? I just wanted him off his guard enough to create the opening I needed. Helping you was the perfect way to do that. That's all there was to it. And again, it doesn't change how grateful I am to you. Knowing why you did what you did doesn't erase the gratitude I feel. Not in the slightest. It really is just as well you ended up quitting Ouroboros. You'd suck to high heaven if you were an enforcer right now. Honestly, you're totally right. If Reese is sitting on the sidelines for you now, let me help you in her place. I might not be as capable of helping you as she is, but I should be able to back you up. You don't need to feel indebted to me, you know? Well, I'll take what I can get. No doubt you're right sick about Estelle too. So there's your gold star reason for helping out besides me. So thanks. I'm glad that you've got my back. Right back at you. Alright. Who do we want to take with us? Joshua.
Great.
We'll take Chloe because she is massively underleveled, and we'll take Josette just to get her levels up a bit. Alright, let's make sure everybody's good strength. Looking at time. Yeah, maybe we'll finish the chapter. We finished chapter 3. We started chapter 4. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. Yeah, that's going to be it for now. I will be back on tomorrow with more Trails the Third. If I actually had more time, I probably would have gone through chapter 4, maybe half of chapter 5. But as it stands, I do not have the time right now. I'm going to thank you everyone for watching and enjoying, and everybody. Glad you could all be here for Trails in the Sky the Third. I will be back on later tonight with another game I've been playing through called Dungeon Encounters. If you want to catch the VODs and stuff, you can have a look at my YouTube channel. I also have a Discord that people are welcome to join. You can hang out, talk about shit, and do other fun stuff. And if you want to know when and what I'm streaming, you can check out my schedule here. And I'm going to go raid somebody. Anybody playing Trails? Anybody playing Trails 1? No. Anybody playing Sky SC? No. Nobody's playing Third. What about Trails from Zero? No. Cold Steel? No. Wow, Trails is dead today. Alright, let's go say hi to whoever is currently online. Nah. Actually, I'm just gonna call it here for tonight. We'll be back on later. Yeah, in about 2.5 hours, give or take. With dungeon encounters. Really simple, fun, pretty fun game. But yeah, take care of yourselves, everybody, and I will see you either tomorrow for more trails or tonight or whenever. Bye bye.